Hello and welcome to my channel, Emma Jane's Garden. So today is the 1st of February and I'm making a funeral tribute, and I'm going to be making it needs to be kind of a wild, well basically my style, which is wild and garden gathered looking funeral tribute. So I've got some gristalinia, I've got some eucalyptus, I've got some camellia, foliage this is. I've got some bay. I haven't got rosemary unfortunately because the frost killed all my rosemary the other day. I'm gutted because I've had it for like 5 years and it's never died in any frost we've had, and it's got like 2 stalks that are still alive, so I'm hoping if I cut it all back it will come back later in the year, but I don't know. So I normally use rosemary in all my funeral displays, but I haven't had any since beginning of January. When did we have all that cold weather? I can't remember when it was. I'm sure it wasn't that long ago, a couple of weeks ago. I've also got some of this which I call Cornish heather. I'm not sure, it's like a tree heather, and it's really pretty. It's got like pink and then pink little flowers, and then it comes out white. I really like the foliage. It's kind of ferny and like bushy, and it fills some nice big gaps, but I use that as foliage, not flower. And then I've got some bits and pieces here. So I've got Alstamira, I've got some snapdragons, I've got some lovely daisies, so the feverfew, and then I've got some tulips, some narcissi and some daffodils. That's what's going to go into it. So it's going to be yellows and reds, but it didn't really matter too much on colours. So, and then I've got, that's what I've got left. So the snapdragons have come out more purpley red than red, so hopefully they'll look okay. So for this funeral tribute I'm going to be using Floral fibre, which isn't really my go-to. My go-to would be to make it with nothing. I normally just make bunches, and then I layer the bunches and they get smaller and smaller on the top, and then I make a little pad of moss and stick flowers in that gives that overall flow of traditional casket spray. But doing it this way, it does use less flowers, because the way I make the bunches up, obviously it's made up of bunches of flowers, so that's why this time of year this is actually an easier way to do it, so that I don't need to use so many flowers. So I'm just going to read a little bit about the floral fibre to you, for anyone that doesn't know what floral fibre is. This is not, I repeat, not floral foam. There will be a carbon footprint to this because it has had to be manufactured, but it is nothing like floral foam, which is a single-use plastic, and every piece of floral foam that was ever made since the 1950s is still on this planet today. It does not compost, it does not biodegrade, it says it's degradable, but it's not. It just turns into microplastics, which then go all over the world, into our systems, into animal systems, and floral foam should only ever be used with gloves on. And I don't use it at all because it's a single-use plastic, and we don't need that in our world anymore. We don't need it. So this has been made, and I've tried this a couple of times now, and it's quite good. I mean, it's not as good as floral foam for putting stems in. I find it doesn't hold it quite as well, but you need to adapt to new ways. And this, so what this says is floral fibre is a natural product based on volcanic rock with a bio-based binder that is derived from rapidly renewable materials. Excellent water storage, fast soaking, optimum pH range for most flowers, reusable following use for growing plants from cuttings and seeds. Useful. I have actually used it for cuttings and it works. It's a natural colour, which is better than that horrible green. It's a much nicer colour. Excellent flower lice, fresh and dry, because normally Oasis you need to use the fresh or the dry block, and this is the set, you can use the same thing. And it says handling, this is a non-toxic product. There we go. Not suitable for home composting though. So don't put it on your compost, but you can cut it up and use it for, because it's rock, so I don't know why it says not home compostable, because it is just a rock, and it just anyway, I have used it for cuttings. I've had gristalinia grow in it, and they've taken the cuttings from that, and the roots have just grown fine in it. So anyway, rant over, that's what we're doing. So I'm just going to soak the floral fibre, and literally all you need to do is dunk one end in and then the other, and then because it's so it's like sponge-like, it'll draw the water into the middle anyway, unlike floral foam, which doesn't draw it in at all. It'll just have a dry patch in the middle. I'm just going to pop that into some water. While that's doing that, normally I use a cardboard tray, but I didn't realise I didn't have any. It's a bit annoying. So I normally use a cardboard tray which is home compostable, which is what I normally use with my moss and bits and pieces like that. But I've got these which I've tried out before, and these actually these are made out of areca leaves, I think they are, and they're like a compostable plate. You can get them actually in the supermarket and stuff like that, so they're quite readily available. And these, again, they're made out of leaves, and so they are compostable. And you need some twine. You just turn that for okay, so you can see that's full because there's water coming out of it now. Quite a lot of water. So you don't want it to be full, otherwise it just floods the tray. Okay, this is not going to fit this tray perfectly, but that's fine. Actually, it's fitting quite nicely. It's okay. So we're going to secure it with some string anyway. So do one bit there. And do another piece this side. So secure it onto the plate. So that's how we're going to start, and see that's not going anywhere now. That's attached. So just push the little knots into it so it's quite spongy, so you can move everything around. Right, we're going to start with some bits of foliage. So I've got some really nice long pieces of gristalinia. So you're basically going to do the standard diamond shape, so longer bits coming out the ends and then shorter bits here and here, just making sure that they match evenly. No, that's a bit bent. We'll use him for something else. Nice long pieces like this. Keeping any smaller pieces like this because we'll need these bits in a minute. Don't throw anything away. How long? So this is about 3-foot table, so it needs to come to the end of either side of this table really. So I'm just going to chop a bit more of that on. I always chop white points like this. It makes it easier to get it into the foam. Okay. The only thing this floral fibre isn't very forgiving is if you put something in and then need to change it. It's not very forgiving. Out a bit. Same on this side. So always doing the same on one side as you do the other. bits of foliage. And basically all you're going to do now is you're going to I want to cover this whole piece of foam with foliage, so you don't want to see the foam at all. And then once you've done that, then it's time to put flowers in. So keeping the fact that you've got the two ends slightly longer, these slightly smaller, so you've got that diamond shape. So you're going to go in diagonally with some slightly smaller pieces here, like this, and here. This is bay. I love using bay because it's got a really nice smell to it as well. Yeah, so you've got so it's going to come out in this diamond shape, and so we're going to put two in here as well. And I'm going to get on with this, and then I'll come back to you once I've done this. Okay, so that is it greened up. So as you can see, it looks pretty good as it is. I found some really lovely viburnum flowers. I only got 3, so I've put one here, one over here, and one over here. So it's a little triangle of those. This is that really lovely heather. So yeah, that's what it's looking like. We'll come round both sides. Yeah. So really pretty. So now we're going to put the flowers in. So I'm going to start putting these bits and pieces in now. So what I'm going to do is I'll start with the longer type, like the snapdragons, to go at the end. And I'm thinking I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 in the middle to make the 5. Actually, have I got 5? Yes. Gosh, for a minute I didn't think I had enough. That's fine. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So making the line first. It's a bit of very traditional floristry coming out in me. And then after that it'll just be full on, in we go. I actually really like these snapdragons. They aren't quite red, they're a bit pinky red, but I think they'll go because they're picking up the pink from the heather here. So actually I think that's going to look really nice. Right, so what we'll do is it's going to be a little bit shorter. I don't know if you can see that. So if I don't know if you can see it. So it needs to be, you see that? So we're going to do this bit, so it needs to be a little bit shorter than what we've got there already. So I'm just going to work out where to cut. So that's why I left some leaf on some of these snapdragons, because they're going to be coming out. So normally I would strap snapdragons right to the top, but I've left this much on. So when I'm doing funeral work, I always leave a little bit more leaf. So that's going to go in there. Now I'm hoping this is going to be okay. It's quite a thick stem to be going in. I have to cut it shorter actually. So that's giving me my angles. Like I say, that's going back to my very traditional floristry parts. And there we go. Right. Now I'm going to start putting all the other bits of flowers in. So I'm going to speed you up again, and I'll put the flowers in and I'll show you when I'm done. looks really pretty, I think. I don't know. It's a shame that some of the Alstroemeria and stuff isn't actually out in bloom. So you can see this one here, lovely, and then these ones all tight. But they should come out in the next, when it's warm anyway. So we don't need this till tomorrow. So hopefully it will start to bloom a bit better. One thing I noticed though with the floral fibre, I just thought I'd let you know, is it's really awkward to get some of the stems in, especially the narcissi, the daffodils, and the feverfews are a real pain. It's just not going into the floral fibre very easily. The last time I used the floral fibre was last summer, when I had a lot more sort of thicker stems, and it was really easy to use. Now I've found they've got these little thin stems that are really difficult to use. So I found a way of doing it, which I thought I'd show you. If I just come around here. So I want to put this here, just a little one here. So I found is if I use the scissors and find out where I want to put it, pushing it in to the floral fibre, see my scissors are here, and then giving it a little bit of a twist. And then what I'm going to do is follow the scissors down and then push the flower in, give it a little twist, and you'll find it'll grip onto the fibre. So what you're doing is you're putting the scissors in to the floral fibre, give it a little twist so it opens the fibres up, and then follow with the stem down the scissors, and then pull them out and leave the stem in, and then just give it a little twist, and the fibre seems closed back over, which is making it secure. So yeah, I think that's looking really pretty. It just needs a little bit time just for some of these to bloom out. So I've finished all that. I got a phone call, sorry, so I don't know where I was. Anyway, so it's all finished, and I think I was showing you how to put the softer stems into the fibre floral. That seems to have worked really well. It's looking really pretty. This is a wreath that I made the other day, and I've just put it on here to take some photos. So I'll show you what it looks like. So this is the coffin topper. So yeah, from up here you can see it's got that diamond shape. You can see the diamond shape there, and it's kind of got that like sort of wild. So once the Alstroemeria come out, it'll look much more in bloom. So they wanted it to be sort of greenery focus more than flowers. So a lot of the customers I have say that actually that they want it to be sort of less flowers, more greenery. Yeah, so I think it looks really pretty. Really pretty. So I do hope you found that video helpful. If you did, let me know, put a thumbs up or put a comment down below. Please like and subscribe and share, and let everyone know that I'm here to help you with your sustainable floristry needs. I'm probably going to be down on the plot on the next video, so I've got loads to do down there, so I'm going to take you along with me once I get down there. Right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.